They didn't lose you. They got comfortable without you, and that's what hurt the most. Not the distance, not the silence, but the realization that your absence didn't affect them the way their absence affected you. You felt everything, every change, every shift, every moment they stopped showing up the same way. You noticed it early, but you ignored it because you thought, if I stay consistent, they'll come back. If I don't react, things will fix themselves. If I give it time, it will feel normal again. But it didn't, because they weren't losing anything. They still had access to you, your time, your attention, your energy, whenever they wanted, without giving the same in return. And that's where everything went wrong, because you were always there, always available, always understanding, always forgiving, no matter how little they gave. And when someone gets used to that, they stop valuing it, not because you're not valuable, but because you made your presence feel guaranteed. And people don't fear losing what they think will always stay, so they stop trying. Not all at once, slowly, until one day you realized you were the only one holding on, the only one trying, the only one caring. And that realization breaks something inside you, because now you're not confused anymore. Now you see it clearly. They're okay without you, and that hurts, because you weren't okay without them. You were still hoping, still waiting, still holding on, while they were moving on, without even telling you. And that silence said everything. Because when someone cares, you feel it. And when they don't, you feel that too. There's no confusion, only denial. And you were in denial. Because accepting the truth meant letting go. And letting go felt impossible. So you stayed. Even when it felt wrong. Even when it felt empty. Even when it stopped feeling like love. Because you were attached. Not to who they are now, but to who they used to be. And that's the trap. You weren't holding on to reality. You were holding on to memories, to moments that no longer existed, to a version of them that was already gone. And while you were holding on, they were letting go, quietly, without explanation, without closure. And that's what made it harder, because now you're left with questions. Why did they change? Why did they stop trying? Why wasn't I enough? But the truth is simple. It was never about you not being enough. It was about them not valuing what you gave. And that's something you can't control, because people value what they're afraid to lose. And they weren't afraid to lose you, because you never made it real. You stayed no matter what. And that gave them comfort. But it cost you everything. Your peace, your energy, your self-worth. Until one day, you couldn't do it anymore. Not because you stopped caring, but because you were tired. Tired of feeling unimportant. Tired of feeling replaceable. Tired of giving everything and getting nothing back. And that's when it changes. Because now, you're not waiting anymore. Now, you're choosing yourself. You're choosing peace over confusion. You're choosing clarity over hope. You're choosing self-respect over attachment. And that decision sets you free. Because now you understand, the right person will never get comfortable without you. They'll feel your absence. They'll value your presence. They'll fight to keep you. And if someone doesn't, then they were never meant to stay, no matter how much you felt, no matter how much you gave, no matter how much it hurts to accept it. Because real connection never makes you feel replaceable. And now you finally see that. So this time, you don't stay, you don't chase, you don't wait, you walk away, and you don't look back. Because you deserve to be valued, not tolerated.